Hello, everybody. So today we have a mini cases video. Today we're talking about Joel Amundson and Elvin Fuster. So if you're not sure what these kind of videos are, these are where I take several people who have very little information, not enough to do a full video on, and I put them in one video and I talk about them, usually 2 to 6 people. And it's just a way for me to talk about cases that have lesser known with very little information, because when they don't have a whole lot of information, they usually get skipped over because a lot of people like to do longer videos, and so their names and stories aren't put out there, and I don't think that's fair. So I like to do these for that reason, and today we're talking about these two men. So all the links I used for research will be down below, like always, if you would like to go and do your own digging. Just so you know, because there's so little information, there's typically not that many links because I have used everything that I possibly could find. But I still encourage you to do that. There'll also be not a whole lot of photos, so I am sorry. But there will also be a link down below to my other podcast, Sinister, if you would like to check that out. And let's go ahead and get into this. So let's start with Joel. So Joel was last seen in Williston, North Dakota on October 18th, 1996. He disappeared during a bow hunting trip in the morning. His boat had been launched from a ramp in McKenzie County that day, and it was found at noon on the north side of the Missouri River in Williston County, 3 miles east of Lewis and Clark Bridge. His bow was inside the boat, and there were indications that the vessel had struck something, perhaps a log. He was reported missing at 6 p.m. that evening. Police believe he fell out of his boat and drowned, but a body has never been recovered. And he was a good swimmer and was in excellent physical shape in 1996. So, I don't know if that was included because, they said he maybe drowned, but people are like, he was a good swimmer. Although you can be a good swimmer and still drown. But, just so you know. His description is that he has brown hair, hazel eyes. He has a vaccination scar on his left shoulder. His left ear is pierced. Um, and he has two skull fractures from the past. He was 26 at the time that he disappeared, and he would be 54 now. He was also 5'8" to 5'9" and 160 to 180 pounds. Anybody with any information is urged to contact the McKenzie County Sheriff's Office at 701-444-3654. And I will have Joel's photo on the screen for a few moments before we move on to the last person we're talking about today. Moving on to Elvin Fuster. So there's very little information here, even less than Joel. On July 13th, 1981, his body was found shot on a property in the 4000 block of Easley Road in Golden, Colorado. He had been living in the 1100 block of Downing Street in Denver and had been working at Josephina's restaurant. He had been assaulted in Denver days before his murder, possibly related to drugs. A suspicious vehicle, a dark-colored Chevrolet Camaro, was seen in the early hours of July 13th. At the time, Elvin was only 19. Anybody with any information is urged to contact the cold case investigator. I could not find a name, it just said cold case investigator, but the phone number is 303-271-5195. And I will have his photo on the screen for a few moments. Alright, everybody, so those are the two people I wanted to talk about today. What I didn't include in the beginning is that because there's very little information on these people, these videos are typically usually under 6-7 minutes. So they are typically shorter. But it's just a way for me to get more names out because they deserve to be talked about, because a lot of them are unsolved and people should know about their stories. But like I said, this is all I have. If there's any other updates on these cases, I will come back to you guys. lately there have been quite a few cold cases from like 20, 30 years ago that have been getting solved. So there is definitely hope in the case for Joel and Elvin. And I am hopeful that something can be found, that his body can be recovered, and that Elvin's killer can also be charged and found. But let me know your thoughts down below, like always, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for listening to the story. Bye, guys.